Yo, everyone, how are we doing? It's time for some more Kubera on this fine day. And just before I started recording, I had the thought that since I'm pre-recording a bunch of stuff, I kind of gotta be careful with webtoon changing their terms of service stuff again. Like at the start of the year, you know how it went from basically do whatever you want to you can't show more than 20 panels or half the webtoon, whichever's less. Yeah, I might have to be careful in case they change that again. Because last year I didn't, but this year, 2023, as it is when I'm recording this and when it goes up. I don't know why I said this last year, but, you know, I didn't even know about the changes to the guidelines until, like, a couple of weeks after. So, yeah, I'm gonna need to be careful of that. But whatever, I'm sure that, you know, they won't do anything stupid again, right? Anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but whatever. Let's get into it, shall we? Ah, yes. These two have met once before. Have they? I think they have.
That green light was similar, so I tried attacking it to check.
Oh, wait, no, this is the guy. This is the guy. Yeah. That green light was similar, so I tried attacking her to check. But I guess not. This one's much weaker. And her face.
Oh, I'm glad you get what I mean.
Whoa.
Phew, I'm glad you get what I mean. From now, get away from here. The magicians will be here soon. I don't hate halves, but I don't care to defend them with my life either. Irie! You can't go on ahead like that. Can't you see the dangerous sewer over there? It's dangerous. I knew you can regenerate, but... I thought humans were supposed to avoid this area. Why is there a whole crowd of them?
Weird. Maybe this place is suddenly popular.
We don't have much choice. It's inconvenient, but we have to kill everyone we saw.
Perfect setup for a backstabbing. Hey, Clove. That human seems to like halves. I think you should pretend to be a half and help her. And then escape when you have the chance.
Are you crazy? Why would he help the humans?
I'll make sure Close is well hidden. Don't worry.
Ignore what Hero is saying. Leave the humans alone.
I wonder what choice he'll make. Season 3, episode 13. Start again. 8.
What? What? Don't tell me you're planning to stay and fight the Sura with us. Irie, who is that? A half from the forest? Yes. Come to think of it, the Sura must be a nuisance for the halves who live near here. There are more Sura here than we expected, so it's just as well. For now, treat this guy as an ally and back him up. Put some defensive spells on him as well. Okay. I'm going to lure the Sura in this direction. Stay here. Finish detecting their attributes and decide what spells to use. Pretend you're rounding up the Sura with me and escape when you see the chance. Some of the magicians in this group can't stand the sight of halves. Even if you fight with us, I can't guarantee your safety afterwards. Now let's go. We're gonna show those Sura how persistent we humans can be. By fighting Kubera. Was Runa always that strong? Thought he was just good at defending. The wings are surprising enough, but he changed his clothes. That's really rare, isn't it? I thought it was only Mr. Kasak who could do that. What a waste of talent. He could have been a famous fighter or something if he lived in a city. Teo, the Sura definitely taken care of, but what do you do about the half? It disappeared somewhere after it killed the Sura. I talked to the other halves, and they figured he must have been hiding his true strength. I think he's hiding now.
I've got fucking hiccups. There we are. Hopefully.
I think he's hiding now because he doesn't want to deal with the nuisance. Isn't it possible that he's not a half? Could he be a superior Sura, pretending to be a half, for example? How can you be so rude? Brennan was one of the most hard-working halves in this village.
Why would a superior Sura do that? He helped you? You're suspicious of him? It's really offensive.
Brennan's a much nicer person than you are.
I mean, Pa's right.
Yeah, superior Sura has no reason to live in a place like this. It would find it much easier to live alone somewhere remote. Why would one mix with halves and help us fight? The right par. He's only a particularly strong half. There were even stronger halves before the Cataclysm. Tyra, for example.
Tyra. Tyra? I think that's Tyra. Yeah, it is.
For example, they might be less common now, but it's not fair to accuse them of being Sura. I don't know whether it's wise to let such a strong half wander around without a sponsor. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if he is outside the city, does it? But there are people that live outside. True. It means he has no sponsor to cover the compensation in case of an accident. It would be better for him and for us if he gets an official sponsor to vouch for him. Yeah, it's just as well. I can sponsor a few more halves now that I'm a double A.
Yeah, because the ranking changes.
Does anyone in here know where the half would have gone? Any friend or family? Behind you, Teo. Ruva over there is Runa's younger brother. Ah, really? That's good. Ruva, would you help us find your brother? I'll sponsor both of you and take you into the city with me.
Oh, that's so cruel. Poor fucking guy. Wow. I was one chapter before. Okay, I really should have just done one more last week. Like, bro, really? I was one away from the end of the mini art of that arc. Oh my god, I'm dumb. Yeah, well, I'm sure you're all laughing at me in the comments of that video. It's not up yet by the time I record this, but yeah. Chapter 36, start again. And next chapter, threat. Oh, Pa. Pa Angie. Pa like, nah, dog. Nah. Pa ain't having it. I mean, understandably so, you know. I also gotta think, when is this video going up? What, 3? Oh, wow. It's getting close to... This video will be going up pretty close to fucking Christmas. Ain't that nice? You know? Actually, what day... real quick, right now, I'm going to check what day Christmas is. The 25th, obviously. Really, webtoon. It's had to do that to me. Fuck you. Yeah, you know what, real quick. Just so I know what I'm uploading on that Christmas day. Just so I remember to, you know? Wish everyone a Merry Christmas at the time. It's a Monday, so it'll be a Tarot God video that goes up then. How very nice. Yes, this will be the... actually, no, it won't. There'll be one more Kubera video. Oh, wait, no. No, yeah, this will be the Kubera video before Christmas. So, if you don't watch my Tarot God stuff, Merry Christmas. I hope you have a great time. Anyway, let's carry on.
If I encounter the Godhava clan, what should I tell them? Probably best to say I don't know Godhava's whereabouts either. If I tell them the truth.
Oh. What's coming through? Oh?
Akasha!
Oh, fuck. I'll deal with that after I finish recording. I just popped a spot and then it's bleeding. Fantastic. Oh well. That's after this video's problem.
How did Akasha gonna come? Did some Fadi get here before me? Yes, that must be why I haven't had news of her for the last 7 years. She must have discovered a passage earlier and come out to the Sura realm.
What happened to Samfati? Answer me, Maruna. Why have you turned up here without her?
Season 3, Episode 14, Threat 1.
No matter. Your silence is answer enough. I should have known. If Samfadi had safely completed her mission, things would never have deteriorated this far. I've been preparing myself for this news.
Are those Yaksha and Godhava? Why are the Nastika of allied clans fighting each other?
There's no time to explain. Take this and return to the human realm. If you are lucky, you will meet someone who knows how to use it. If you do, obey them unconditionally. Do whatever it takes to learn the secret from them. You are our only hope now.
Akasha, you're...
A minor injury. That's all.
An injury that you can't heal. With your powers. What kind of attack? What were the other Nastika doing while you were getting hurt?
Looks like her eye's missing.
The only Nastika of the Garuda clan that can fight is me. That can still fight is me, Maruna. Door has begun to close. We are out of time.
Akasha! You can't stay here alone. You need to come!
Survive, Maruna. Use any means available to you. Live. And smile. The one left smiling will be the victor. And that will be justice.
No! Akasha! I can't leave you to fight alone.
You don't have a choice.
Over here! Here's Runa! It's just as Ruva said. Runa! Miss Teo is going to sponsor you now. You can live in the city. Isn't that... It's great, right? Bhavati Agni. That's the last one destroyed.
Finally!
If you don't kill them properly the first time, there's another one on the inside. I've never seen anything like them. Occasionally our magic just disappears. You seem really calm, Irie. Aren't you amazed at all? Yes, of course I am. The existence of the Taraka clan is heresy. Better to pretend I don't know. My brother recommended those heretical texts to me. Did he suspect this would happen?
I mean, Claude definitely, is aware of far more than your average person. You know what I mean?
Wait, where's that hat from before?
I was just here a minute ago.
Must have run. Damn it. What do you mean, damn it?
Never mind.
It's only a matter of time before the half protection law is passed. If you don't fix your attitude soon, you'll end up in the Aero Plateau prison.
Damn protection law. Pisses me off.
You must have gone away safely. That's good. I was worried he might forget because he smiled. He seemed so absorbed in fighting. What were you doing, Cloth? I told you to leave the humans alone. Why did you do what Hura said?
I didn't do what Hura said. I did what I wanted to do.
What? The sewer appearances are no longer to be dismissed lightly. First Misty Shore, then Calabloom, and Atera, and quite a number of them too. No human lives were lost, fortunately, but too many people saw them. It'll be impossible to stop rumors from spreading. It means the sewer realm isn't managing to keep them under...
I imagine this is now switching to... Chandra. Chandra. Yeah, this is Chandra. God of Darkness.
It means the sewer realm isn't managing to keep them under control. If the Nastika weren't able to do anything, this is serious. It can't be helped then. Send a letter to each of the cities. We will officially acknowledge the existence of the Taraka clan and begin preparations for defense.
Or no. It seems like times are going to be a-changing. These chapters have been really short. Yeah, or is that just me? Like, we're on a third chapter, we're only not even 50 minutes in. Madness. Really short. I mean, it doesn't really change much because I'll still read for the same amount of time, but like... Just me. All of these chapters feel, shorter. The higher quality in terms of like art and stuff, so it's understandable if they are. It takes time to cook, We gotta let Currygom, have their time in the kitchen.
Serves you right, everything you said. Passage between realms never lasts that long. You should have realized it would close by the time you got there. What made you think that door was still open? Did you think you'd never see me again? You thought you would say whatever you wanted before you left? Always so short-sighted. All that ranting about not wanting to play human, and here you are inside the city.
Yep. That flashback to just moments ago.
I know of this. Whatever information there is about god-level items will be found inside a city. If necessary, I will have to pretend obedience to the humans and find out how to use it.
Oi, listen when an adult is talking to you. What are you thinking about?
Whatever state the sewer realm is in, I doubt you will care. You call yourself a king, and did not even occur to you to check on your people. I have no reason to tell you what is happening on the other side. I'm sorry, Godhava. I was thinking about how I should apologize for speaking so rudely to you.
No need. Just keep pretending to be a half, as you've been doing, and go along with what the city people say. If you do, I'll consider the incident forgotten. Think about it this way. It's a good opportunity to experience city life, isn't it?
Jesus.
Yes, I will do as you say, Godhava.
Season 3, Episode 15, Threat 2. Who is speaking here? It's Chandra, okay.
More and more of them are starting to come through the passages, which means food must be scarce in the sewer realm. The weaker ones have already been eaten, and it must be only the especially strong ones that are still alive. This is why I was against moving the Taraka clan to the sewer realm. Although, in the end, I had to agree.
There wasn't much choice, was there? I heard the means used weren't entirely honorable, but if it was to stop the destruction of the universe, I don't think you and the others decided wrongly.
And yet here we are, facing universal destruction courtesy of the Taraka clan.
It can't be helped. The gods only knew of one future, back then. If we had known that both paths led to ruin, we might have thought again.
Anyhow, if things get bad, I'm planning to use these. It's why I gathered them all, after all.
You're going to use Taraka fragments?
They were collected from the Taraka clan Sura, but they're Kali's fragments more than they're Taraka's. Kali was the original owner of the clan, after all.
Maybe you should reconsider, Chandra. It's not even certain how much the fragments will affect the link between Taraka. The risk is too great. If you fail, it means you'll just get eaten. You were the one who warned me about the possibility of getting eaten if you go berserk.
Then who's going to use them? You? What do I do if you go berserk?
It doesn't have to be a god who uses them.
It'll be difficult to endure even with a god's willpower. You want to entrust this to a human.
There's less of a risk if things go wrong. You or I can subdue them if we need to.
Humans don't revive like we do. Subduing them means killing them. You know that, right?
I know, but it's better than either of us using the fragments and ending up out of control.
Of course, this is something that we should only turn to if things get so bad that we have no choice. Even one human life is valuable. Don't go testing it out on humans before.
Oh, this is actually Agni. Don't go testing it out on humans before then. You hear? What? Don't tell me you're actually planning on doing it.
Oi, Chandra! Fine, I get it. So, go back to Atera. Let us say she had a talk to Brilith about insight. If you go back and talk to her, you'll sort things out enough. You're the type to tolerate whatever the other is thinking anyway. Why are you looking like that? Am I wrong?
No. Yes. I'll get going then.
But if you start experimenting on humans, just because I'm not here, just go!
I lose. Daddy, give up. Dad,
I lose. Daddy gives up. Have mercy. Mercy.
Dad, you've become too weak.
Yeah, your dad's weak, so let's please stop.
You couldn't be bothered to play with them properly, could you?
Huh? No?
Guys, there's no way Daddy would be that weak. He wasn't playing properly. You can't hurt him. You can hurt him more. Right, he wasn't playing properly. Since he wasn't playing properly, one more time is punishment.
Oh, guys, please.
Playing with Khan and Ten is far easier than playing with Remy. You need to catch up on months of not playing with them, anyhow. You won't be able to spend so much time with them after your appointment ceremony. Ron, there's a confidential document here for you.
Confidential? Wait. It can't be. I said I wasn't running errands anymore.
Errands?
To the humans who have run my errands.
You would have read Lila's official letter already, but there is no need to gather any more fragments. We will now undergo preparations for using them, meeting Calibloom by the Day of Chaos next week. Those who are priests, entrust your berries to a priest candidate and prepare them as instructed in Lila's letter.
Then leave for Calibloom. Okay, interesting. Miho is involved, and... Oh. There's a bunch of people here. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
One of you will soon have the honor of saving the world.
Oh, Chandra. Chandra? What are you scheming? Just because Agni's gone, you're gonna start experimenting on humans?
Have you sent out all the letters?
Yes, as you instructed.
Oh, that was the other way around. Whatever.
Have you sent out all the letters?
Yes, as you instructed.
Do you have anything to say about them?
No, I'm sure you know best.
If you weren't my summoner, you would have been included in that list.
And I would have gladly given my life. As will anyone on that list when the time comes. Since, in any case, you have used insight to identify those who were able to sacrifice themselves for the world. Insight is very useful, isn't it? If you can read someone's mind, predict how they will act, there's no need for trial and error.
That's not always the case. Some humans are yet to make up their minds about how they feel. Which means sometimes, even we have to take a guess. For example, whether you really hate me.
I went from fucking homeless emo man to fucking the cool kid. Like, what the fuck? Season 3, episode 16, Threat 3.
How about it? You're not sure either, right?
Nah, that ain't fair, Chandra. You can't just become suave.
You're shameless.
Yes, you can clearly say whatever you want. Now you've resigned yourself to hell. Keep being insolent like that, and you'll have to deal with my company forever. In hell.
Only in hell. It sounds like I won't be able to see you if I don't end up in hell. It's always bothered me. Humans who live good lives are supposed to live peacefully in heaven after death. Why is it that I have to be in hell to see you then? Are there no gods in heaven? If you can't tell me, it doesn't matter. I'll never end up in heaven anyway. What? You've called us out at this hour to ask us what happened 7 years ago? I can't remember. It's been too long, and we were too far away anyway. You attacked it with magic, though, right? Surely you saw something. Come on, think about it. It had some kind of pattern on its face.
We're not halves. We're magicians with normal human eyesight. I remember it being sort of reddish. Wasn't it white? The hair was white. No, it was wearing white clothes. Why the clothes red? See, Par, this is just it. We can't even agree on the color of its hair or clothes. How would we have seen its face? We would have needed to be wearing hunter's eyes to see it properly. Wait, wasn't there someone who had hunter's eyes on? Right, it was... Yeah. Shame that. What was it we were going to have for dinner? Curry rice cakes.
Do you want to eat with us, Par? No, I said I would meet Teo in a bit.
Okay, see you tomorrow then.
There's no real evidence, then.
I was the only one who saw its face.
Not even sure anyone anymore whether I'm remembering correctly. Maybe it's just a similar looking half and I'm overreacting.
No, you're not. You're perfectly correct.
So, you have syrup parts in your vocal organs. That was unlucky.
That's why lots of people accuse Runa of being a superior Sura before the Cataclysm. Even though he wasn't the only half who couldn't speak, he was really strong, which made people suspicious. That's why he had to hide how strong he was and build up trust by being good in case he had to use his powers someday. That must have been hard. It's okay. It's understandable that people were suspicious. Yeah, Par is just giving you death stares the entire time. Par's had a fucking glow up since season 2 though, let me tell you, Jesus.
And not everyone is like that. You trusted us enough to bring us into the city.
Maruna, it doesn't seem like the Yaksha half keeps on looking at you? She was doing that in the village as well. It's difficult not to notice when she stares so openly.
What is it, Par? Are you interested in Runa? You keep staring at him.
Yes.
Huh? No. Interested? Me? Of course not. Of course I'm not. At all. What am I interested in someone like him? Is not what I meant to say. Sorry, I was thinking of something else.
Par, are you worried that he'll be a strong contender? I see. The fighter championship is on this year.
No, that's not it.
She seems to actually be worried about that. I'm only kidding.
That's so frustrating. No one's going to believe me.
So I'm late, Teo.
Here you are, Elwyn. You must have something you want me to do?
Oh no. She met young Gardhava as well. Oh no. Oh nay. Oh nay. Oh nay, nay, nay. Oh me, oh my. Yeah, Gardhava's immediately like, fuck. Gotta love me some Lucozade.
These two are half-brothers I'm going to be sponsoring from today. Par and I have to have guild business to attend to. I wondered if you'd show them around. Yes, no problem. The same as the other Hads, right? I'll tell them the city rules and take them to their lodging.
That's it. I've gone through the most important things, but it won't do any harm to tell them again.
Elwyn, are you sure you have time? You must have assignments. Don't worry, I submitted them all last week.
Good for you, Elwyn. Your exam results were fantastic, too. If you're lucky, they might let you graduate this year. Thanks, Elwyn. Par, let's go. Teo, will Elwyn be alright all alone? Don't worry, come on.
See you both later.
Season 3, Episode 17, Threat 4. I'm glad you're not stupid, at least.
I didn't have a choice, did I? If I'd told them who you were, you would have killed Teo and Par as well.
She knows Maruna. And she understands Sura's speech?
And you're that half that helped me 7 years ago, right? You had longer hair back then, but you still look familiar. Why are you pretending to be brothers with a superior Sura? Is he threatening you? Did he force you to come with him? She remembers a face she saw briefly 7 years ago. This isn't good. You know the half is so smart.
This one's a convenient tool for my disguise. He's no brother of mine. I forced him to accompany me here. In fact, he knows next to nothing about me.
Thought that might be it. Anyway, you must have a good reason for coming here if you're disguising yourself as a half. Tell me, what is it you want? Did you save my life so I'll help you, as long as it doesn't harm the city? You did save my life, so I'll help you, as long as it doesn't harm the city. Teo, can't we just go? Elwyn, we can't just go. Elwyn can't. It's okay. She's done this before. It's not difficult. I'm not talking about showing them around. I'm saying it's dangerous. Seriously. I was going to talk to you when I was more certain, but that Runa, he's a superior Sura. Yes, I told you back at the half village. I couldn't explain because the villagers were defending him, but Teo, I'm not just suspicious of him because he's so strong. I've seen him before. 7 years ago. Yes, you and Elwyn saw it happen 7 years ago. After dying and coming back to life, I remember nothing. And they told me the fighters I took out with me had all died except for you. Do you know how many times I asked Elwyn to go over what happened? In the end, she grew sick of it and told me to stop. 7 years, Par. I've drawn their faces and waited for my revenge for the past 7 years. The Teora Khan who used to trust and help complete strangers died 7 years ago. No, I'm still alive. I'm still here. Don't cry. Was that too harsh? I actually thought you trusted him, Teo. Everyone was on his side in the village as well. I didn't know what to do. Sorry I couldn't tell you earlier. But Par, your face always shows exactly what you're thinking. If I told you, you'd have given us away.
Can't deny it.
But what are you planning to do? Letting him into the city and leaving him with Elwyn? Wouldn't it be better to have a few more people watching him? It's okay. Watching him will only make him suspicious. Elwyn said he couldn't kill her because his clan's allied with the Yaksha clan. Yeah, but things in the Sura realm are a bit, you know, different to how they were 7 years ago. I don't know if that rule's still up. I've got the fucking hiccups again. Still applies anymore. If he's going to act up, he wouldn't be pretending to be a half in the first place. You can bet he has some kind of hidden objective. If he's daring to come into a city when there are guards on Wilvrave. Right now, it's better to leave Elwyn alone with them, so you can try to find out what he's after. Until the guards arrive, at least. A confidential letter. How unusual. It's from Agni himself. If he's ever in one place, it'd be easier to give this to him. See, even in a terror at the moment, it's probably no use, but I suppose I should look for him.
Well, he's coming back.
The Temple of Chaos has sent this for you, Chandra.
Yes. I hope it's important if they're daring to address it directly to a god. If they want me for something trivial. This. Agni would have received this as well, right?
If it's information for the gods, there's no reason to send it only to you. It's highly likely that Agni would have received the same letter.
Then it's a matter of getting there first. Before this. Because this is a question he and I can never agree on.
You need to go to Calabloom?
Yes, Chandra wants me there by the next day of Chaos. And if I take Bo to use the water channel, I'll take longer than that.
Why not? Hire a sufficient number of Hoodie Value magicians.
That's a bit difficult.
What's difficult? You have the money? You're coming to me because you're having trouble hiring magicians? Agwin told you my identity because she was worried about your half phobia. It wasn't so that you could...
That's not why. Just listen to me. If I hire enough magicians to get me to Calabloom, there's no way Rana won't find out. Then it'll look like I'm running away again because I don't want to be a priest. I can't tell her the truth because Chandra's instructions are not to tell any other humans. How am I supposed to persuade Rana then?
You think it's okay to tell Sura what you're not allowed to tell any other humans? Fine. I'll help. It's not a difficult ask.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Get on.
So we can get going. On your back. Don't you have a transcendental? Ogman said you could get halfway around the planet and back in a night.
It's not a transcendental. I just run.
I think I'll hire some magicians after all. This is a bit, a piggyback at this age.
Then I'll just carry you.
No, wait, I meant a piggyback, please! Ah! That kind of... How strong really is Chess? Chess is clearly ludicrous if he's able to run across the planet, you know, in a night.
Book about god level items. There are a lot of them out there. If you tell me what item you want to know about.
It's an item created by the primeval god Kali. Many called it the Pledge Token.
The Pledge Token? That's an item that's supposed to let Sura develop to the next stage. Where's Maruna looking for it? He's never mentioned it before. It can't be.
I love how he's just speaking nonchalantly about this in earshot of Godhava. Season 3, Episode 18, Threat 5.
Pledge token. I've never heard of an item called that before. It might be recorded under a different name in the human realm. Do you know what shape the item takes?
The shape varies. It can be a necklace or a bracelet, or sometimes a belt or a hair ornament.
If it's an accessory that changes shape, I think I know. But that's... There won't be a book about it in the library. It's considered heresy because it's an item for Sura. Any information related to it is kept separately.
Kept separately where?
Well, it's primeval god Kali's item, so related materials are stored in the Temple of Chaos. The temple is way up the top of that mountain, and even if you get up there, you can only access the books while the priestess is present.
It sounds like you've read these books.
No, I don't really know the details. I was looking over the priestess's shoulder while she was reading, and she told me off. She said I shouldn't take any interest in heretical stuff.
Reading the books won't work then. I may have to obtain the information from the priestess instead.
Owen, I told you not to read that. But it's really interesting. Can I read a bit more? You were reading it just now as well.
I only flipped through it to reorganize the shelving. If you memorize it like that, you'll be in trouble with the gods. Put it back if you don't want to end up in hell.
Eye of Punishment.
I say I know everything. I won't be able to hold him up anymore. It's strange, though. Is that information important enough for him to come to the city in disguise? The item asks too great a cost for its effects, for the effect it offers. All the Sura used the item. I need a word with you.
Oh no, interesting.
I need a word with you. Alone.
Owen is able to hear Sura speak from quite a range. You need to speak so that it barely reaches me. We don't want to be overheard.
Why are you looking for the pledge token? Don't tell me. Back at the half village.
Yes, I crossed over to the Sura realm. It was a brief trip, but I brought the item back.
Don't use it. That item shouldn't be used.
That's for me to decide. Expecting the penalty, which depends on the conditions of the pledge. The gain in power is almost the same as developing normally. Samfati developed to her final stage using the item.
Yeah, and she's also a bit, fucked. Like, I don't think Samfati mentally is a fantastic metric to compare yourself to.
Although her powers were never on par with the Nastika, I am far more than she is, Godhava. You know perfectly well that if I develop into the 5th stage, I will be a Nastika in all but name. And since I am a Rakshasa, I have no disadvantage in the human realm. I can take Sura form at will. Just by using this, I can become powerful enough that I will have nothing to fear from Agni and Chandra.
You know nothing! Kali's items. All of them bring the destruction of the person who uses it. That's the purpose for which they were made. This is a A goddess who has sealed away over 100... This is a goddess who has sealed away over 100 times for plotting to destroy the universe. She loathes the universe itself, and she will do anything to harm those who live in it. Don't use it. Your parents, if they were here, they would never let you use it. Agni and Chandra might be a problem, but it makes no sense to go so far.
Do you think it's the gods I care about? I am the one who will be using the item, and I will deal with the consequences. It's nothing to do with you. You decide to live here in the human realm, and I will return to the sewer realm as soon as I develop.
You don't mean you're going to use a Crescent Gate to...
What do you think? That I would use the item in order to stay in the human realm?
Give up. It was over the moment the Taraka started crossing over. The sewer realm is done for. You don't know how terrible it is to face the Taraka clan. You've never...
Are you serious? Are you scared? Is that why you've abandoned your people? When you believed Shakuntala was still alive, you were determined to cross over regardless of the risks. Your courage and sense of responsibility seem to have disappeared when you gave up on your daughter. If all the other Nastika were like you, then the Suro realm would have been destroyed far sooner. However, fortunately, there are those who care first and foremost for their people.
But how trustable are all of them?
Gadhava, I will follow their example, and not yours. I don't care if the odds are against us. I will not turn my back on my people who are struggling to survive. Oh? Oh.
It's time. It took some time putting out all those fires. Now, shall we have a little talk before Agni gets here?
Oh, fuck. Right, this will be the last one for today. I think, judging by the time we're at now. That one was a bit longer. I love how immediately after being like, it seems like they're shorter. We have like some really long ones back to back.
Ah! Why'd you come out of nowhere? When the lights went off, I was sure it was Chandra. What happened? This one is the sewer that Taya reported.
Season 3, episode 19, Threat 6.
What the? That saves me some trouble. I was going to ask the other one, and here you are right beside him. Gadhava! You're looking even worse than I thought. Feeling awful, aren't we? You deserve it for taking Sura form in Calibloom 7 years ago. If it's not allowed, why do it? You, after taking so many lives, you still haven't come to your senses? Do you remember? Grisvan, the planet you destroyed, and the humans who died there. And your reason? Just to vent your anger. Because they chose divine magic, and not fiendish magic. You smashed their souls to pieces, so that the gods could not gather them. 100 million souls deprived of their afterlives. And it wasn't just Grisvan. There's no end to the list. All those planets you destroyed for fun since the beginning of the world. You're the worst bane of our universe, Gadhava. Even the Nastika, infamous for their crimes, have done nothing compared to you. Agni said you had changed after meeting Menaka, but I doubt it. Just look at you now. You destroyed Kart in N5, and now you're after Wilvrave. You broke the rules and took human form and took Sura form in the human realm. Just so you could flood and trample the city. And now you're back to do more. Bloodthirsty, little lugworm with anger management issues.
It would help if the lifespan of the universe if you dropped dead right now.
Brilith, I'm not using insight at the moment. Really. I haven't been reading anything. If you have anything you want to say, you can just say it. It doesn't matter what. I don't care if you insult me in the worst way you can imagine.
Of course you don't care. You've used insight to read it all before. To be honest, I don't really care anymore about the complaints and insults that you saw. I know you're not someone to be mad about those things. And it would be strange to start feeling uncomfortable around you now, when you've known everything all along. You're a god, while I'm only a human. It's natural for you to have power over me. If you say you're going to keep using insight, I don't have a right to refuse.
Brilith, I didn't bring this up so you could dwell on the difference between gods and humans. You have a right to be mad. I might have meant well, using insight to understand your side of things, but it's not pleasant for someone to have their mind read. I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. I thought that if you knew, you'd find it even more uncomfortable to be around me and stress yourself out trying to control your every thought.
I just told you. Doesn't matter if you use insight. I'm not being sarcastic. I really mean it. You already know, after I found out about your powers of insight, the first thing I worried about wasn't the complaints I hid from you. It was something far more blasphemous. Why aren't you mentioning it, when you know what I want to say? For a long time, I thought I was the only one who felt like this. I thought you saw me the same way you saw any other human, and watched over me as a god does over his people. I told myself you would act exactly the same if someone else was your priestess. I vowed I would keep my blasphemous feelings a secret until I died. But I was the only one who thought it was a secret. You knew how I felt all along. And steadily I grew older. Everyone told me I should try dating someone. Now that I'm nearing 30, I agreed to try some blind dates, and none of them worked out. Because the guy changed his mind, they said, but everyone knew that that was unlikely. There were rumors going around that you were going to be my husband anyway. You knew how I felt, but you never gave me an answer. So why did you try to stop me from dating other men? I want to know, Agni. I don't think it's right for me to harbor these feelings for you anymore when they're not reciprocated. If you tell me for sure that they won't be, I'll sort out my feelings and focus on fulfilling my obligations as a priestess. Please, don't avoid the question this time. You know how long I felt this way. How much I hoped you wouldn't find out. You've read everything using insight since I was young. You knew all the things I would never have dared to say out loud. After all of that, it's too cruel to have no answer from you. Agni, here you were. It's a confidential letter from the temple for you. It's from the Temple of Chaos, if you want to check.
Sorry, Brilith. We'll keep talking when I come back.
Were you talking about something important? Did I interrupt? No, not at all. It wasn't anything important. Looking back on that day, Babo Kim said that he should never have left for Calibloom. That he should have stayed in Atera.
Oh.
Stayed in Atera.
Oh, no, this isn't even anyone saying this. Looking back on that day, Babo Kim said that he should never have left for Calibloom. That he should have stayed in Atera and given Brilith an answer to a question. That it was the last day he would have been able to tell her how he felt. Chapter 37, Threat, End. Next chapter, Devastation. Well, that's a really sad note to end that on. Fuck me. Wow. That That's just fantastic. Thank you for crushing my soul, Currygom. Jesus. Nah, that ain't fair. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed. You know YouTube stuff. Like, comment, sub, notification bell. And with that out of the way, I've been Animosity, you've been you, and I'm just going to for another video. That's a tar. For now.